Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be Harry Muppet. We are going to be casting a 1v1 Masters level game going on down here. And down in the bottom right hand side we do have our red Terran player Avilo. He is a Grandmaster level player and he's got a name which I'm going to be honest, it doesn't sound like a Grandmasters level game. Like a Grandmasters level player name. Like they've got really... I think it's just because it doesn't have a capital A. If it had a capital A, it would be like #1 Grandmasters level player name. But it's got a lowercase a, but I'm not going to let that take anything away from his playing ability, which I'm sure is quite awesome. And up the top left side, we do have our blue Terran player, Xenos, from the War Dog clan. It's a very cool name, very cool clan name, and he is a Masters level player. So he's Masters, but he's going up against a Grandmaster, so he's going to have his work cut out for him. And I guess looking at the length of this video, we can expect a lot of craziness very early in the game. So let's go ahead and let's see what's going on. Got a bit of rocks here, got some rocks there, got some watchtowers over here with some shrubs in the way, so if you're over here you can't actually see this guy over there. That's very interesting. They've got this little gap in here, it's got some sort of... I can't zoom in, I can just do... That's like a mammoth skeleton or something like that. We go over the other side, and there isn't one, but there's some bones up here. This looks like somebody's rib cage of some sort of animal thing, but it's not the same animal as here. We've got some more ribs, but they're in a different position. And this rock formation is pretty sweet. But, yeah, I mean, there looks a bit like this rock formation, except this one's... I don't know. I don't think they're the same. Or maybe they are the same and they've just been rotated. In fact, I don't know. This thing's got a little thing at the top of it, and I don't think this thing has a matching thing at the top of it. It could be rotated around, but I don't think it has been. And yeah, there we go. Mayhem all around. Just things are not what they should be. And look at this, man. This is like a bottom jaw of some huge monster. Look at the teeth going all over the place. And yeah, I reckon if dropships approach from this side of the map, they should just be instantly skewered by the mountains if they go in this way. But yeah, what can you do? Little bit of marine micro to try and take out that SCV. The SCV is just like, whatever, I'm going to keep going. I think this is a level 30 marine skin. He looks pretty awesome. Yeah, that's got to be level 30 marine skin. The normal marines just don't look that good. Yeah, but he's pretty awesome. Now, we've talked enough about the map. Let's talk about the build options. What do we got? We've got a factory here. We've got a factory there. We've got double gas over here, double gas over there. So there's some crazy tech options for both players, man. Double gas. What can we say about double gas? It could be some sort of crazy starport action. Could be tanks. Could be crazy widow mine action. Maybe he's going to build a reactor and a bunch of factories and just start just not chrono boosting out, but just building crap loads of factories all over the place. It looks like the blue player is building a starport. He's actually building a starport over there. That's a crazy starport, and of course it's not going to get scouted for quite a while, so that is going to be awesome for him. He's obviously going to do some sort of proxy. I would guess Banshees. Yeah, Banshees. There's not really much else you can do. Ravens can't really do much to proxy, so I'm guessing Banshees. And proxy Banshees is going to be very interesting. He's actually sending 4 Marines out as well, probably to try and convince the red player that this is his attack and not the Banshees that are coming out soon. But here we go. Widow Mine's coming out. This guy manages to get burrowed, shoots out, manages to hit 1 Marine. So that was a very nice... You thought maybe these guys are just sort of running away from the Widow Mine, but there was actually a very nice spread going on there. And they're going to run in there, try and take down the supply depot, but I think for now, this guy should be okay. He's not building anything out of his barracks though, but he has got a starport up, so there's another very quick starport going on here. Couple of Hellions out, but Marines versus Hellions, actually I don't know, he might need this help. He's sending out these forces as well. I've got to turn my speakers down because this is just so epic. But here we go. Going in there. I think it records my voice a lot louder than I think it does, so we should be fine. Very close battle here. These guys just going to eke out a win, but with these two Hellions coming out right about now, it should be enough to just wipe these guys out. But the Hellions cannot touch the Banshee, and he's not even getting the cloak. He's just deciding to go in there to do some stuff, and this Banshee just pretty much sold the deal right there. So, not an extremely long macro style game, not extremely all over the place, but some very nice, very early pressure. I was thinking he was expecting to send in those 4 Marines and the Hellion, expecting them to get wiped out just so the red player would say, alright, that's the attack now, he's going to back off and work on something else, while he's already working on the Banshee. So it's sort of, if you push off an attack, then you feel like, alright, you're safe for a little bit, and you can sort of macro up a little bit because you just pushed off an attack. But if he sends in an attack, expecting it to get wiped out, and he's got another attack planning to come out a minute afterwards, then it catches the red player off guard. Especially if it's a completely different type of attack. It's like Marines and Hellions, and then suddenly the Banshees come out, and you built units like, I don't know what, use Hellions or stuff like that to take them out or something, and suddenly the Hellions are completely worthless and the Banshee comes out. But it may be that he actually expected this to go in and expected this to sort of sync up with the Banshee, and it did sort of half work. Most of these forces got wiped out. I think it was a bit of luck that this player was going for a Haast Hellion plus a starport. I don't know what he was planning with the starport, but the fact that he got a starport and the fact that he was going for fast Widow Mine tech on the factory means that he didn't have the infantry forces that he could have. And yeah, he was pretty unprepared for the 4 Marines and the Hellions when they came out. So very lucky for our blue player. And at this point, I think the red player would eventually have gotten through, have gotten the attack, defended his base and pushed these guys off. But the Banshee was just too much. And maybe that was what the blue player was hoping for with his original ground force, or maybe he just got lucky, but there we go. Red player, Grandmaster, taken out by Xenos, our master player. Excellent early pressure play with the Banshees. Of course, it's probably not a bad plan. I mean, Hellions do a very good job wiping out Marines, and Marines are the bane of Banshees, especially since he didn't have time to get the cloak. I'm guessing if his ground force had been wiped out here, he probably would have built up 2 Banshees, worked on the cloak straight away. But in here, he went in. He saw there wasn't that much defense there. He saw that he might just be able to push in and actually do some real damage, and he decided he probably didn't need cloak, so he just went for these guys instead. Yeah, he hasn't researched cloak. I thought he might have actually researched cloak, but there we go. Very nice, very quick game there from our blue Terran player Xenos. Excellent game, and yeah, good stuff. A lot of short games aren't all that good, but I mean, this one, you're pushing out there with a very small amount of forces, and you're getting things done. So good on him. I hope you enjoyed this very short, but still entertaining. Still, see, it's nice to analyze this sort of tactical stuff at a very high level, because when you're playing Masters level game, casting Masters level game, there's units all over the place. It's easy to get lost in just units all over the place. But here, timing attacks with the 4 Marines and the Hellions. This was actually a very nice timing attack, getting the Hellion and the 4 Marines out just in time to go out there. He actually had the 4 Marines moving out probably halfway across the map by the time the Hellion was just finished being built. But of course, he knew the Hellion was faster, so he managed to get them all over there at the same time. And it's it's just unlucky, because if the red player had been a little bit faster with those Widow Mines, if the blue player had been a little bit slower, then those Widow Mines would have got some awesome hits off and maybe pushed these. He wouldn't have been prepared for the Widow Mines, and if the Marines are clumped up when the Widow Mine hits them, that would have killed most, if not all, of the Marines with 2 Widow Mines. And with just a Hellion left, he would have had no chance of getting into this base. Then it would have just been down to 1 Banshee or 2 Banshees with cloak, and of course, Terran players, man. I'm guessing if it was just a Banshee, he probably could have taken care of it. possibly, just with Marines and scan. So I think he should have been fine. But yeah, the combination and the fact that the Widow Mines, I mean, it was a matter of seconds. The Widow Mines came out, the forces were there. If the Widow Mines would have burrowed 3 seconds earlier, then this entire force may have been scared away, and the blue player may have not won the game as fast as he could. But there we go, very, very close, very, very crazy all over the place. And sometimes it's like that. Masters, Grandmasters games, it's 2 or 3 seconds for those Widow Mines to get down, just swung the entire game. It's like, was that movie called Butterfly Effect or something like that? It's exactly like that. So there we go. All I can say is the Widow Mines effed up completely. And congratulations to Xenos. This has been Hairy Muppet. I know the commentary at the end of the game lasted twice as long as the actual game itself, but what the hell. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this game.